Yan. Good afternoon, guys. So, today is July 30. So, palapit na talaga ng palapit ang UCAT natin. So, as preparation, meron naman tayong bagong recorded video all about the topic na latest na na-discuss, which is lights and sounds. So, since hindi pa kami nakapagbigay ng quiz for lights and sounds, so, hindi namin ito nabigay beforehand. So, screenshot nyo muna or post nyo muna tong video. Try nyo muna ang sagutan ng mag-isa. Then, you can resume itong video na to afterwards kapag nasagutan nyo na or na-stuck kayo sa isang problem. Dahil i-discuss sa video na to yung solutions and explanations ng mga questions na lalabas sa quiz. So, let's take a moment. Screenshot this. So, 1 to 5. The next part. Ito yung 6 to 10. Okay. And for part 2, 1 to 5, that is problem solving. So, wala na siyang choices. Ano lang naman. Tsaka marami rin kasing hinahanap. So, gusto nating palabasin yung answers in different ways. First is yung table na ginawa natin by memorization ng nature ng images. Next is by using a ray diagram. And lastly is using equations or solving for image distance and magnification para malaman yung nature. So, if tapos na kayo sagutan, pwede nyo nang i-resume sa part na to. So, let's start sa part 1, question 1. So, question 1, sound waves requires a medium in order to propagate. So, alam natin yan. Hindi siya tulad ng electromagnetic radiation na when we say radiation, kahit walang medium, walang solid, liquid, or gas, kaya niyang mag-traverse. So, sound waves requires a medium. So, kailangan niya ng either solid, liquid, or gas. So, the question is, it travels blank in solids and blank in gases. A, fastest, slowest. B, fastest, does not propagate. C, slowest, fastest. D, does not propagate, and fastest. Okay, so the answer is fastest in solids and slowest in gases. So, letter A. Ang explanation dyan is because sa solids, yung molecules natin is mas tightly packed, mas dikit-dikit sa isa't isa. So, yung vibration ng sound, yung oscillation ng sounds, and yung pag-traverse ng energy is mas mabilis mapasa between molecules. Unlike kung gases, medyo hiwa-hiwalay siya. And so, yun lang ang explanation. Mas dikit-dikit ang molecules ng solid compared sa liquids and gases. That's why mas mabilis mag-traverse ang sound waves in solids and slowest sa gases dahil yun yung pinakamalayong molecules. Okay, question 2. Sound travels by vibrating molecules. And sa naririnig natin, kaya tayo nakakarinig, usually air molecules yung binavibrate natin o nare-detect ng tenga natin. So, by vibrating molecules of matters in order to propagate. So, the motion of molecules can be described as a repetitive back and forth or cyclical motion around a central position. So, this specific pattern is also known as, yan ay tinatawag na oscillation or oscillating motion. Yun yung back and forth lang siya. Either parang kakanan siya, kaliwa. So, yung molecules mo, parang gumaganon ka siya. And kapag graph mo siya with respect to time, doon natin makukuha yung wave na graph. Parang pag ganun yung graph natin. Ayan. So, that is called oscillation. Hindi siya circular. Kung tatandaan natin, circular motion is yung may centrifugal, centripetal. Ba yun? Iba rin yung linear. Dahil linear is nasa straight line. Random motion, lalong hindi yan dahil hindi mo ma-describe ang random motion. Question 3. It is the property of a wave that refers to the number of complete cycles per unit time. Ang unit daw niya is hertz. So the answer is frequency. When we say hertz, frequency na kagad yan. Frequency is unit or complete cycles per unit time. And ang hertz is cycles per second. So yan ang SI unit for frequency. And recall lang natin, hindi na medyo malayo na sa tanong, pero recall lang natin, ang frequency in sound is nagmamanifest through pitch. And frequency in light waves nagmamanifest in color. Yan. So, different frequency sa sound, different pitch. Higher frequency, higher pitch. Lower frequency, lower pitch. Pagdating naman sa light, pag magkakaibang frequency, kakaiba ng light. Okay? Question 4. It is a phenomenon referring to the persistence of sound after it has been stopped due to multiple reflections from surfaces within a closed volume. So, ganito yung image natin para dyan. For example, meron dyang nagsasalita. Example, may podium dyan. And, for example, ito si Kuya Rolik nyo, nagtuturo sa inyo ng face-to-face. Ayan. So, syempre yung sound waves is, hindi lang naman siya isang straight line. Sound waves is nagta-travel kapag nagsalita ang isang tao, lahat ng direction merong sound. So, merong straight galing sa nagsalita papunta sa receiver, merong pataas, natatalbog din papunta sa receiver, then merong pag ano, natatalbog ulit, tatalbog ulit, napapunta rin sa receiver. Merong, paano ba natin mapatalbog? Pag ganyan, pag ganyan, then papunta ulit sa receiver. So, sa point of view ng receiver, sobrang daming sound na dumating sa kanya. And in some occasions, hindi siya sabay-sabay. So, parang nagkakaroon ng ripples ng sound. And that phenomenon is called reverberation. I think may mali sa spelling dun sa initial na presentation ko. Ang nalagay ko ata dun is reverberation. So, there's no such term as reverberation. Ang proper term is reverberation. Ayan, yan ang tamang spelling. Okay, so, ano lang naman siya? Wala namang mas malalim pang concept sa kanya. Parang phenomenon lang siya. Madaling tandaan. So, next. Question number 5. The speed of light in vacuum is approximately equal to, ito, kinakabisado lang talaga to, yun ay 3 times 10 raised to 8 meters per second. And yan ang highest speed na achievable ng kahit ano sa universe. So next, question 6. Light exhibits both wave-like and particle-like properties. This concept is also called, so ang tawag sa light na nag-exhibit ng both wave and particle properties, ang term na buo natin galing dun is called the wave-particle quality. So, nabanggit nga natin, wave-like siya kasi meron siyang properties such as amplitude, frequency, period, and also particle-like siya na observe ang particle-like behavior niya sa photoelectric effect. Ayan. Ayan. So, next, question 7 tayo. According to the law of reflection, the angle of incidence is always blank the angle of reflection. So, ang sagot dyan is equal to. Ayan. So, kung meron to tayong reflective surface dito, then magdodraw tayo ng normal line. Normal line, so perpendicular sa kanya sa point na yon. Perpendicular yan. Kung tumama tayo sa angle na to, with the normal line, ito yung angle of incidence, kailangan equal siya or equal angle yung pag-reflect niya. Angle of, so angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. And yung normal line is special sa kada point. So, dito sa case na to, since straight line lang naman siya, makikita natin na lahat ng normal line niya patayo lang. Pero meron kasing surfaces na hindi. For example, yung spherical mirrors natin. Ganyan. So, sa point na to, gawin natin kulay. Sa point na to, ito yung normal line niya. So, kung tumama yung light natin dito, magre-reflect siya. So, So, 90 degrees yan. Ito yung angle of incidence. Ito yung angle of reflection. Pero let's say sa ibang part siya tumama. Kulay green ako. Let's say dito. Hindi na pag ganun, hindi na horizontal yung normal line niya, di ba? Ang normal line niya is dapat perpendicular kung saan siya tumama. So, andito na yung normal line niya. Pag ganun naman. Ikrisin dyan. So, kung tumama dito yung incident ray natin, ito yung angle of incidence, dito naman siya ngayon mag-reflect. So, be careful lang ano yung kinoconsider natin normal line. Dahil iba-iba yung normal line, depende sa surface. Okay? Or kung saang part ng surface siya tumama. Okay, so next. Question number 8. Mirrors and lenses are optical instruments that are used in wide ranges of applications, such as cameras, telescopes, and magnifying glasses. The main difference of mirrors and lenses is that mirror utilizes blank and lenses utilizes blank. Self-explanatory rin naman pagkakaintindi natin ng mirrors and lenses. So when we say mirror, yung light natin is tumatalbog. And when we have a lens, yung light natin is tumatago sa kabilang side. So meaning, mirror utilizes reflection, meanwhile lens utilizes refraction. Yan ay letter C. Reflection, then refraction. So in terms ng behavior ng light rays, same lang naman pag mirror and lenses. Pero pag mirror, kunyari yung image natin is na-form sa back ng lens, nagkaroon tayo ng virtual image. Dahil ito yung real na light rays natin, tumatalbog lang. Meanwhile, kapag naman nasa lens tayo, pero yung image na form sa same side ng object, pero yung real na light rays natin tumatago sa kabilang side, dito tayo naka-form ng virtual. Ito ay for mirror, at ito ay for lens. Okay, yun lang naman siya. And mahalaga kasi yung concept na yun pagdating sa image formation natin. Kasi dyan natin madedetermine kung virtual or real yung image. Kasi parang binaligtad lang naman siya. Kung babalikan niyo yung table na ginawa natin ng discussion last time, yung nature ng image na ma-form is same lang naman in different places. Magkakabaligtaran lang yung concave and convex. Pero, yung pwesto kung saan natin i-consider na virtual siya or real siya, opposite din pagdating sa mirror. Sa mirror, if image is same side as object, real image yung na-form natin. Sa lens naman, if image is at opposite side as object, dyan naman tayo nagkakaroon ng real image. So otherwise, sa both na yan, otherwise, virtual image yung form natin. Okay? Take note nyo lang yun. Question 9. It is the ratio of the speed of light in vacuum, the speed of light in a certain material. So, related yan sa refraction, sa Snell's law. Recall natin yung Snell's law. Equation natin is N1 sin theta 1 is equal to N2 sin theta 2. So, itong tinatanong natin is actually itong N na to. N nung dalawang material, 1 and 2. Ang tawag natin dyan is refractive index. So, recall lang ulit. Lumabas na dun sa parallel na primer. So, ang refractive index of vacuum is exactly 1. 0.00 to be precise. And so, ang sagot natin dito is refractive. Ang adiabatic index, nasa thermodynamics yan. So, ibang index yan. Refractive index yung answer natin. So, question 10. It is the ratio of image size to object size or image height to object height. Same lang naman tinutukoy niya. Size or height. And it is the ratio of image size or height to object size or height. It is also the degree which an object is enlarged or reduced in an image produced by an optical system. So, ang sagot dyan is magnification. Recall natin formula. Magnification M is equal to height ng image over height ng object. In terms ng distances nila from the lens or from the mirror, negative distance ng image over distance ng object. Yun yung magnification na. Magnification. Okay, so part 2 na tayo. Part 2 is problem solving. So, ang question 1 natin, an object is 50 centimeters away from a convex lens. If the focus is 40 centimeters away from the lens, determine the nature of the image. So, first, try muna natin i-determine yung nature ng image solely from sa data na meron tayo. So, alamin lang natin nasa ang part siya nung ray diagram natin. So, confirm na lang natin yung answer natin afterwards. First, by drawing a ray diagram. And second, by computing for image distance and magnification. Okay? So, try muna natin yung by memorization ng table natin. So, yung object natin, so ito yung lens natin, convex lens, pag ganyan ha. Ito yung focus daw. And yung object natin is, ito ay 40 centimeters. And mas malayo pa yung object. Pero, take note na yung 2F is mahalaga ring distance. Yun yung center of curvature natin. Yun ay 80. Dahil twice siya ng focus. So, yung object distance natin is dapat dito. So, around dito sa gitna. Kasi 50 centimeters siya. Ito yung object. So, by memorization ng table, alam natin na yan ay real, inverted, and magnified. Pero pwede pa natin i-confirm using a ray diagram and computing for image distance. So, confirm natin yung answer natin if tama. So, drawing muna tayo. Ibigay natin kulay. Diagram. So, ganda. So, ayan. See, ito yung focus. So, focus din to since lens siya. So, twice na ito. Ito yung optical center natin. Twice na ito. Ito yung twice ng focus or yung center of curvature. So, object natin is lagpas ng konti sa focus. So, ano uli yung rules natin pagdating sa lens? Yung parallel sa axis, pag after tumagos ng lens, dadaan sa focus. Then, yung mga dadaan ng optical center is hindi magre-refract. So, kung ito yung object natin, object, yung light rays niya, dadaan dyan, then magre-refract siya, dadaan sa focus. Then, yung dadaan naman sa optical center, yan, tumalog siya. Itagil. Yung dadaan sa optical center is diretso. Hindi siya magre-refract. So, yung image na form natin is around dito, kung saan siya nag-intersect. Ayan. So, since lens tayo, Kaya nabanggit kanina, nasa opposite side ng object yung image natin. Meaning, yun ay real. Kita naman natin, nakabaligtad. Nasa baba na yung image, so inverted. Inverted. And, kung titingnan nyo, ng mata-mata lang, yun ay magnified. Pero pwede pa uli natin yung i-confirm by solving. So, ano uling given natin? 50 centimeters, then 40 centimeters yung focus. So, first, kailangan natin muna makuha si image distance. So, makuha natin yan sa if I do, I die. Yan. So, solving for image distance, yun ay 1 over f minus 1 over do, then reciprocal. So, raise to negative. So, 1 over f natin is 1 over 40 minus 1 over t is a negative 1. So, this common denominator nila is 200. 200 divided by 40 is 5. Then 200 divided by 50 is 4. So, minus 4 is negative 1. So, 5 minus 4 is 1. 1 over 200. Then, reciprocal natin yung 1 over 200. Ang lalabas na distance ay 200. Units, centimeters. Ayan. So, ano nang next? Dito, makukuha na natin yung isa sa nature natin. Sabi natin kulay. Take note. Since di is positive, image is real. Next. Kunin naman natin yung magnification. Magnification m is equal to negative di over do. So, negative 200 centimeters over 50 centimeters. Cancel na centimeters. So, ito ay negative 4. So, paano natin ma-analyze yan ulit? Since yung absolute value or yung magnitude ng magnification natin is greater than 1, since positive 4 is greater than 1, image is magnified. So, hindi mo na consider yung negative sign. Dahil yung negative sign, ang tinutukoy naman yan, since m is negative, ang tinutukoy naman yan is inversion. Image is invert. Ayan. Nagawa natin 3 ways na determine natin yung nature ng image using first, memorization ng table, second, by drawing the ray diagram, and lastly, through solving. If ever lumabas yan sa exam, pwede nyo lang gawin kahit ano. Kung hindi nyo memorize yung table, drawing nyo, kung nakalimutan nyo paano i-drawing, pwede kayong manghula ng given. Let's say, pagbigay kayo, kunyari sabi sa given, ang object is between center of curvature and focus. So, pwede kayong magawa-gawa ng given. Let's say, ang focus natin is 20. So, 40 yung center of curvature. Let's say, 30. Para nasa gitna siya. Then, pwede nyo to i-solve. Then, makukuha nyo pa rin. Meron kayong 3 ways. And, kung memorize nyo yung tatlong method, mas maganda. Kasi ma-check nyo talaga yung sagot nyo kung tama. So, if ever may optics na lumabas sa UPCAT, 3 points na yan. Okay? Next naman, same problem, pero tingnan natin nasa na yung position ng object. One object is 50 centimeters away from a convex lens. If the focus is 25 centimeters away from the lens, determine the nature of the image. Okay naman, mapansin nyo yung object is twice the distance compared sa focal distance. So meaning, saan siya nakapwesto? Nakapwesto siya exactly center of curvature. Ay 25. Ang center of curvature is twice. Okay? And nandun tayo mismo. Ito yung object natin. So if that's the case, by memory, ang image natin ay real, inverted, and same size. So, confirm natin yan using ray diagram. Ayan, yung convex lens natin. Focus, optical center, isa pang focus. Twice yan around dito. This yan around. So, ito yung object natin. Gawin natin belt. Ito yung object natin. And tatagos siya dyan. Pagkatama niya sa lens, yung refraction niya, dadaan sa focus sa kabilang side. And yung light rays naman na directly sa optical center, na diretso lang. Around dito. So yung image na form natin should be roughly, or hindi roughly, exactly talaga. Roughly lang sa draw. The image natin. So yung image natin mapo-form exactly sa center of curvature naman sa kabilang side. So ang form natin is real, since opposite side yung object and image. Inverted dahil nasa baba na yung image, and same size. Pero through solving naman, anong ulit? 50 and 20. For DI, meron na tayong formula for DI, no? Okay. 1 over F minus 1 over DO. 1 over F is 1 over 25 minus 1 over 50. So negative 1. So least common denominator is 50. 50 divided by 25 is 2. So minus 50 divided by 50 is 1. So ito ay 1 over 50. Then reciprocal natin, 50 na siya. So kung mapansin nyo, yung DO is equal to DI. Dahil pareho silang nasa center of curvature. Okay, so analyze na natin. First natin makikita, since DI is positive, image is real. Then kunin natin yung magnification niya. M is equal to negative DI over DO. Eh, ang DI and DO natin parehong 50. Negative 50 over 50. So, negative 1. Since yan. Meaning, since 1, hindi siya nag-magnify, hindi rin siya lumiit. Kasi yung ratio ng sizes nila is simply 1. Since yung absolute value ni M is equal to 1, so object and image is same size. Same size. So kung less than 1 naman, let's say decimal or fraction, lumiit naman siya. Lumiit na. Since M is negative, so image is inverted. And commonly rin, kung napansin nyo, kapag real ang image natin, always inverted. If virtual, always upright. So minsan, kahit hindi nyo nakakunin tong inverted upright, basta alam nyo kung real or virtual, automatic na yung kapares niya. Okay? Question 3. An object is 75 centimeters away from the convex lens. If the focus is 25 centimeters away from the lens, determine the nature of the image. So, okay naman. Ano namang case natin? So, ito yung lens natin. Ito yung focus na 25. And yung center of curvature is twice. So, yun ay 50. Pero yung image natin is 75, so mas malayo pa. So again, sa case natin, kapag ang object natin is beyond the center of curvature, ang nature ng image is real, inverted, and diminished. Value of n. So confirm natin kung tama yan. First, by ray diagram. And pag nagdodrawing kayo ng ray diagram, as much as kaya nyo, gawin nyo siyang accurate. Kahit di accurate sa sukat, accurate yung ratio nila. So kailangan, if ito yung focus mo, tansyahin nyo rin na twice niyan yung center of curvature. Then, itong focus sa kabilang side, tansyahin nyo rin na para kapag nag-drawing kayo, kasi baka naman, ang sagot is same size, pero dahil magulo yung pagkaka-drawing, nagmukha siyang diminish. So, problema naman yan. If may error kayo, may extra lapis, siguro mas madali siyang gawing drawn to scale. Yun lang ang downside ng pagkuha ng sagot using diagram. Baka yung drawing hindi maayos. So, image natin is ito lang spam. Actually, nice nga siya. So, yung object natin. So, itong light rays na dadaan sa lens, tatago sa then straight sa yan. Kita nyo? Ito lang siya. Bit siya. So, yan ay real. I-image natin. Yan ay real. Nakabaligtad siya. So, inverted. And lumiit. So, diminished. By solving, ang given natin, ito ay 75, no? At ito ay 25. So, for DO, or DI, I mean, DI is equal to 1 over F minus 1 over object distance raised to negative. So, 1 over 25 minus 1 over 75. Its common denominator is 75. 75 divided by 25, and ay 3. 75 minus divided by 75 is 1. So, ito ay 2 over 75 pero raised to negative 1. So, ang sagot ay 75 or 37.5 centimeters. So, first analysis natin, real agad siya. Since DI is positive. Next, magnification tayo. Magnification is negative DI over DO. So, ang DI natin is 37.5 centimeters. Ang DO natin is 75 centimeters. Cancel centimeters, ang lalabas is negative 1/2. So, ang absolute value ng negative 1/2 is less than 1. Kasi 0.5 siya. Since absolute value of M is less than 1, image is diminished. So, consistent pa rin tayo, no? And since M is negative, ang ating image ay inverted. Consistent tayo. Real, inverted, and diminished. So, next naman, ito naman. Object is 20 centimeters away from the convex lens. Yung focus naman is 40 centimeters. Yung lens, yung focus, Andito naman siya mas malapit. Ito yung object natin. Kasi 20 centimeters away lang siya eh. Mas konti eh. So, 5. So, ano naman yung case natin dyan? So, by memory ng table, ay virtual upright. Dahil kapag virtual, automatic upright na rin siya. And, siya ay magnified. Okay. Enlarged image natin. So, tingnan natin ano yung ray diagram niya. Axis, meron tayong lens, focus, center. Object natin is sobrang lapit. O around kalahati lang. So, ito yung object natin. Object. Dadaan siya sa pangit. Isa pa. Dadaan sa focus. Ayan. Ayan. Then ito, dadaan sa optical center. And makikita nyo, palayo na sila sa isa't isa. So, hindi sila mag-intersect. Pero pwede natin sila i-project dito sa side na to. Yung projection yung line na yan, yung projection ng line na to. So, nagkaroon tayo ng intersection dito. Pero itong part na to is virtual dahil nasa same side yung object tsaka image. And makikita nyo, nasa taas siya, upright. So, virtual dahil same side siya. Upright. And magnified. Tingnan natin kung consistent siya kapag sinal. So, again, pi susunod natin. 1 over f minus 1 over to raised to negative 1. Galing yan sa if I do I die. 1 over 40 minus 1 over 20. Least common denominator is 40. 40 divided by 40 is 1. Minus 40 divided by 20 is 2. So, ang lalabas yan ay negative 1 over 40. So, ang reciprocal niya is negative 40 centimeters. So, dyan pa lang, alam na nating virtual. Since pi is negative, image is virtual na kagad. So, para naman natin malalaman tong upright and magnified. Actually, yung upright alam na natin kasi virtual. Yung magnified na lang, tingnan natin kung magnified talaga siya. So, m is equal to negative di over do. So, negative ng negative 40 centimeters over object is 20. So, cancel yung dalawang negative. Magpa-positive yan. Cancel centimeters. 40 over 20 is positive 2. Ang analysis natin. Since absolute value ni magnitude is greater than 1, image is magnified. And since si magnification natin is positive, image is upright. Yan. So, consistent tayo. Virtual, upright, and magnified. So, for our last problem, ito ibang case naman to. Pinag-usapan naman natin is height ng image. So, list naman natin anong mga given natin. Given, meron tayong object height, HO, na 2 meters. And meron tayong distance ng object from the lens, DO, 5 meters. Again, DO is always positive. Hindi naman pwede magka-negative na DO. DI, pwede tayo magka-negative. Kailan tayo magkaka-negative na DI? Kapag virtual. So, ito virtual to. So, DI is negative. Careful dyan ha. Kasi, hindi naman sasabihin na negative tong 3 meters lagi eh. Ang sasabihin kung virtual or real. So, tingnan maigi kung virtual ang binigay. Pag virtual, negative. So, ang solution natin, ang hinahanap natin is height ng image. And kung upright pa siya or invert. So, from magnitude, equal yan sa HI or HO, equal din sa negative DI over DO. So, solving for HI, cross-multiply lang natin tong HO dito. So, HO times negative DI over DO. So, meron tayong 2 meters times negative ng negative 3 meters over DO na 5 meters. So, ito, positive cancel meters. So, 2 times 3 is 6 divided by 5 yan ay 1 meters. Positive. Positive since upright siya. So, since height ng image is positive, image is upright. Pero, kahit hindi natin i-solve again, kasi pag sinabi ng virtual, upright na kagad yan. Hindi nagkakaroon ng virtual na invert. Laging upright kapag virtual. So, the answer is 1.2 meters yung height ng image, and upright or inverted, the answer is upright. So, that's all the problems we have for lights and sounds. If ever may question pa kayo, feel free to reach out sa akin or kay Kuya Rolik ninyo. And, ayun, hoping for the best sa darating na ugat. Okay, guys.